Hey guys, MrPoliceGaming. Going to be playing some Xcom multiplayer. Just figured I'd come here and show you what I've done. I got sick of having my Mutant Elite mine taken over, so I replaced it for another heavy. I gave one of the heavies mind armor. I didn't have enough points to give it to both, so I just gave the other one Chitin armor? No, the one under Chitin armor. Oh, I can't remember. The one that gives you more armor. So we've got Reige Octavius here. Right, now that it's all loaded, I've hit F9 again. So we've got the old graveyard. Now, in my opinion, the graveyard, it's kind of a double-edged sword. For me, the most important ground to take is the middle, obviously. However, because everyone knows how good the middle is, you have a tendency to just rush your units there. So this is where I like this build, because it does have those disposable sectoids. So I rush them there while I'm going to separate my two heavies. When I get the chance, I'm going to try and flank. So I've got a few options available to me. If he has units with a greater move area than my sectoids and he takes it first, I can flank him with my heavies, and then they're caught in a trap. If my sectoids can get there first, I can dig in with my sectoids and hold long enough for my heavies to complete the flank and come at it from behind. And they're generally the only two options. Yeah, if they take it or if they don't. So, you know, fingers crossed that's the plan. But we'll have to, as you can see, some friendly pre-game banter going on here. Had I known how this game would end up going, there would have been no pre-game banter. None at all. Alright, so straight away I am... I do have to apologise too. This game, the sound is really clicky, and the start was really jumpy. I don't know what it was. I guess it was just Xcom being Xcom. It did eventually fix itself. But yeah, unfortunately I don't have any fancy editing tools that can take out game lag and just I don't know what you would call it. I simply just call it Xcom being Xcom, but unfortunately I cannot take that out, so you'll just have to bear with it, or not. You could always turn it off. Alright, so there's my first moves, dashing everywhere. Obviously I've skipped his turn because we can't see where he's moving, so it's back to my turn here. I am again going to have to apologise for something. I'm just going to, because this turn's very uneventful, I just move my units and that's it. But I do want to quickly say I accidentally cut out one of his turns that involved some fighting between him and my units. My girlfriend started vacuuming and I forgot that I had a mute button on my microphone, so I just hit F9 as soon as I heard that really loud. Later, of course, I realised that I could just mute it because I wasn't talking anyway. And I went for that option there. So back to the game. As we can see here, he was able to get a sectoid there quicker than I was. And this kind of goes back to the thing I was talking about in bar. Certain maps, there's just a better side to start on. And this is one of those maps, and I unfortunately did not get it. And most games, I don't like saying this, but I am going to say it with this game. Luck was not with me this match. Now you might be saying, oh, luck has nothing to do with it. Well, you know, at the end of the day, the random number generator does have a little bit to do with it. Of course, there's things I could have done better, but luck was a big part of it. And there is a nail-biting final confrontation, which I got my... it was pants wetting, I tell you. It was pants wetting. Okay, so, got my sectoids here. Everyone knows what I like to do with sectoids. I like to suppress, destroy their cover, and then use the other sectoids to kill them. So, 65% chance, unfortunately we miss, but we destroy some cover behind him, so, you know, 65% chance to hit, we miss. This is where I'm talking about it wasn't a lucky game for me. Random number generator clearly not on my side at that point. So, because it's just one sectoid, obviously the rest of his troops are somewhere, so we're going to keep moving forward. Now, this is what I accidentally cut out. One of his units ran forward, saw me there, and then ran back, which is why I'm firing off my rocket here. So I apologise that you've missed that, but again, blame my woman and her incessant vacuuming. She should be flayed! Okay, possibly a little excessive. Okay, so score right now is me 1 sectoid down, him 100%. Nothing happened yet. Nothing going on but the rent. So he moves, and I actually hit him this time, and I kill him. So now it is 1 sectoid apiece. And at this stage, I'm just like, well, you know, the scores have been leveled. I see no reason to continue this. Something just popped up on my screen. I think I know why the game was running so crappy. It was my fault. Steam had decided to do a self-update while I was playing. So if that was sucking out all my download, that could be a problem. So, with him having that 1 sectoid down, again, I can't see what's happening in there, but I'm fairly certain that he hasn't been able to move something in under the watchful eye of my sectoid. So the plan is to... Wow, that guy ran really slow there. Plan is to move in and kill. So I've got two 41% chances here, and I know what my luck's like. I don't have a chance of hitting him. So instead, I'm going to cycle through, think about it again. Do I want to take the chance or not? I decide I don't. I don't want to retreat, so I'm going to take my chances with that sectoid. Paid off, and now the score is me 1 sectoid, him 2 sectoids. So I'm doubly as good at the moment. Notice that I said at the moment. Spoiler alert. Okay, so the plan with the sectoids here is, even though they're not a unit I normally flank with, I figure, you know, I've got enough of them. There's 2 wounded units there. If I don't try and make the most of this, I'm a blithering idiot. Why does my Steam account connecting freeze my editing software? I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna have to go and listen to that. But again, I'm moving my I'm moving my heavy over. The plan obviously is to try and get the heavy as close as possible so I can launch that rocket and clean up those 2 troops. Okay, so one editing software crashed later, and I'm back. Alright, so obviously you can see that's one overlook that has failed me. Suppression, sorry, that has failed me. And to be honest, I'm not really surprised. I mean, you know, I actually say the joke to this guy in the chat. I'm not big enough to read. What do you call a sectoid that can't hit anything? And he said something like an insect to be crushed. And I was like, no, you just call it a sectoid. If you are using sectoids and you expect them to hit things 100% of the time, especially with things like Overwatch and suppression, which I have to assume that there are well, I know there's an Overwatch penalty. I have to assume there's a similar suppression penalty. If you're expecting them to hit even 50% of the time, unfortunately you're very disillusioned as to what they are. There's a reason they're so cheap. And I am well aware of that. I really go into these fights knowing that I only have 2 units I can count on. Which, I don't know, hasn't been working as well as late as it used to be. So unfortunately he took out one of those units. Fortunately it wasn't the one that still had the rocket in his pants. Because, you know me, I'm all about rockets in the pants. Sometimes, when I'm by myself, I'll get out some nail polish. And this is getting creepy. This is... Wow, I don't know where that came from. That was some repressed memory stuff there. This is what happens when I drink and make a video. So he killed one of my units, so I kill one of his units back. I feel like it's the only thing you can do. And then I don't want to lose the advantage that I see myself having. So I use the suppression because it gives my guys a bonus to their aim, and then I just move them in for the kill, which it's actually not giving me a bonus to the aim. Maybe the sectoid one's not as good as the heavy one. But yeah, I want to push the assault at this stage. Yes, I hit! I hit with a sectoid. Do the hit with the sectoid dance. You can't see me dancing, because it's a kind of visual thing. My girlfriend's asking me how long I'm gonna be, and I have no answer for her, because I still have to edit this stuff, because there's a lot of cat and mouse in here, and I haven't figured that out yet. Oh, I'm getting a very unimpressed look. I walked home today talking like a character out of Game of Thrones, the book, not the TV show. Because I read, I don't watch TV because I'm not a savage. Yes, I do want a Pepsi. She shakes her head at me like I didn't tell her in advance, hey, I'm doing a video. No, don't even try. Now she's attempting to kiss me. I will not have this. Do not intrude on my personal space. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. It's probably something irrelevant. Something about Game of Thrones. And that's when he reveals to me that he has a chrysalid, and my feelings of supreme confidence take a giant jump off a very small cliff. I'm now extremely concerned. You could call me C to the O to the N to this. No, don't call me that. It's a ridiculous name. So I'm not sure what to do. Should I be hunting the chrysalid or hunting the soldier? I decided to do both, and I don't think it was the best call. In retrospect, with 2020 hindsight vision. For some reason I forgot how big the rocket launcher explosion was, which is the only reason I like the rocket launcher explosion, because of its big blast radius, and then I just forgot about it. Foolishness. And then I got too afraid to press the assault because I was afraid the chrysalid would come in from the side and attack me. This is it's actually probably a really good example of what not to do. If you've got yourself a plan, like I did have a plan, it was pin her down with the sectoids until I can get my heavy in place to use the rocket and finish her off for good. I should have stuck with that plan, but I didn't. I got scared, and it drew this battle out far longer than it needed to be drawn out. So that's my message to the kiddies today. It's my public service announcement. Trust in yourself. Believe in your inner power. Oh, you wanting something really cool? I don't know if it'll come through the microphone. Woman! I need a coffee mug. Nah, I've got one in the bedroom. Probably asking yourself now, what is this ADD crack addict talking about? But I can tell you. Well, I don't know if it'll come through the microphone, but there's only one way to find out. I tell you, the service at this restaurant is terrible. Okay. Right. So I have a mug. What I'm doing now is I'm going to take the mug in my hand. I'm going to put it over my mouth so that it nearly touches, but not quite. You can probably hear the difference in my voice when I do it like this. Alright. Okay, before I do this really cool mug trick, I have to let you know what I've done. I've deleted about 10 minutes of video. I'm just going to sum up really quickly now what happened. I lost my last sectoid, and that's when I realised that I was outnumbered. The problem with the chrysalid was all he needed to do was hit me once with his light plasma rifle, and then the chrysalid could move in and pretty much take me out. So I've been running around. He's been really hesitant to attack. I guess I haven't let him get into position, which is a good thing. But I've been running around taking like 21% pot shots at him and just not being able to hit. And me taking that 21% shot at him right there was how I lost the game. And you'll see how in a little bit. But back to the super mug trick. So you take the mug and you put it over your face like this. And then you watch The Dark Knight and you pick your favourite Bane line. Mine, for example, is the one where him and Batman are in prison and he says to Batman, what's he say? Oh, he says this, blah blah blah, you welcome death. No, your punishment must be more severe. And then Bruce Wayne says, torture. And Bane says, yes, but not of your body, of your soul. That's a cool line, right? I don't really make it sound very cool with my Australian accent. However, with the assistance of this handy dandy coffee mug, I put it to my face and I say, your punishment must be more severe. Torture? Yes, but not of your body, of your soul. How amazing is that? With nothing more than a coffee mug, you too can sound just like Bane. That's my second public service announcement for this video. I think some sort of after school group needs to give me a sponsorship because I'm really guiding kids in the right direction. So, you seen what I did? I took the shot at him, just to recap what's happened to get me to this position. I took the shot at him, I hit him. No, sorry, I took the shot at him, I missed. Then he got to take a shot back at me and he hit. Then on his next turn he took another shot at me and he hit, leaving me with 3 health. Then on my next turn, I know what he's doing, so I move around, I move one to the side, so I can see the chrysalid coming at me from behind, and I take a shot at it. Unfortunately, I don't crit, so the chrysalid's still there with 1 health left. Now, he moves them in, and he could have killed me with the chrysalid. I'm not sure if he could have killed me with the rifleman. But I said something about not having any luck today, and he must have been feeling sorry for me, because he said he'd let me kill one of my attackers, which I thought was rather strange. And had I not taken that first shot at him, if he had have given me this opportunity, I would have been able to win the game right here. So when he said that, when he ended his turn, I was like, oh wow, I've got a chance here. So I hit the little question mark and I had a look. And sure enough, I have bullet storm on this character, so I get to fire twice. What I fail to do is look at my ammo. So I'm blissfully unaware. I check both targets, 98% chance to hit both. I can win this game. I even say it to him, I have a better idea. I'm going to kill both of them. Still, without looking at my ammo. So, I figure, take out the first one. Fingers are crossed that the tooltip was right. It was right, I get to take another shot. Completely out of ammo. Bone dry. When I got to this point where I was surrounded on either side, I couldn't have won. However, had I not took that first shot at him and it had played out the same with him surrounding me, I would have been able to get that shot off. So, very disappointing. My third and final public service announcement. If you would normally have a cutoff point for when you take your shot, like my cutoff point is like 50%. If I've got less than 50% chance, I don't bother trying. Just because you feel like you're under the pump, don't take those crazy low shots because you think it's the only way you can win. Because you won't hit them, and then you'll lose, like me. Thanks for watching.